This is a video response for Teeter Tate on the worst third eye opening ever. Now, it doesn't look that you've given any information or any link to what particular video or method you used to open your third eye, assuming that that's even what you had performed. So I cannot reply on that particular thing, on what steps you went, on what could have been circumvented. However, I consider it my duty to help those who are becoming aware or who wish to become aware with the answers that they seek. So opening your third eye. Excuse me for being a little goofy, man, but it's nothing but love and light. Now, the third eye, if you don't know, we actually have a localized gland for this. If you follow right here and you follow that straight back to the center of your brain, that's the pineal gland. Now, evolution kind of suggests that we may have, at one point in time, had that gland more up here as our skulls were softer before we continued to build our craniums and our brains and bodies in such a way. It may have moved down and been shielded in a similar way that we used to have tails, and they were brought up, but we still have the coccyx to show us that we once had that organ. It moved up, everything moved inward. Look at the symbolism of the cross for that. Now, your third eye. Your third eye stands for awareness, and you've spent your whole life in the dark. And welcome, Neo, to the real world. There isn't anything to be feared. Good and malevolent forces exist, but you got to keep in mind that you're the one in control of your reality. You get to decide what can and cannot enter your world, and you need to meditate and say to yourself what is to become of that. It is completely within your control, anything that you're experiencing. Whether you believe in a deity or you're not, you have the authority to push all unwanted forces and energies and spirits from your building, from your temple, and from your worldly temple as well. If you have any specific questions, I encourage you to seek out my channel and shoot me a message that I may be more direct and one-on-one with you. You can add me on Facebook or whatever your preferred method of communication is, that I can supply you some assistance. I think what chakras and points of your body you should be focused on, since you seem to be in fear, is to lower the energy of your solar plexus. That's your center of power, of ego, of personality, of that presence. It is kind of the umph of the spiritual body. To meditate on your heart, the connecting point that makes all of these things kind of meet in the middle and function as one unit. But when it comes to your third eye, I'm going to give you a specific meditation that might help a little bit kind of conjoin this, and I've given this to several people in the past. But I want you to sit comfortably in meditation, spine straight. Please don't touch my device, sir. And work from your solar plexus, that's the top of your belly, up to your third eye, and to take several long, relaxed breaths, and try to visualize this moving up into and becoming one with this. Now, this will continue to empower your third eye, but it will make you be the one in control of your experiences, because it is that person being brought into awareness, not just awareness saying, pop, surprise, here it is. No, you want to be the one moving you up to that point, not just receiving information through it. In addition, if you don't already have a spiritual guru, teacher, guide, messenger, God, or deity, if you're looking for a spirit animal or for something more interpersonal to you, I've read this spell online, and when I say spell, it means a moment in time, because anytime you're doing a spell, you're just taking a moment of your time to focus on your goals, to really desire, picture, feel, and to know, and then to let go and to let the universe do its own thing, however you explain those results coming in. Anyway, this spell says, and you say this before going to bed, and you can preferably write it down on a piece of paper before you go to bed each time that you go to bed until you receive the results that you want. Guardians of the dream world, I call you to my side, bring to me my spirit animal, guardian or guide. May I know the truth, the love, and the grace in the radiant eyes of my guardian's face. And you're going to find after doing this, it might be a day for you, it might only be one session, it might be up to a week, but you're going to find in dream that some animal or being is going to come to you and try to initiate contact with you. It's going to be completely comfortable to you. This is your guru. This is the guy to help you get through what you're going through. You may bring it in the form of an animal. Maybe the great wolf or bear will be your particular protector, or maybe like myself, you might be. I have two. The wolf and the spider. Awareness is what the spider represents. You look at a spider perched on a web and he's twitching and freaking out, 1,000 eyes looking in all directions, but completely in control of his reality, and he knows. You may find that on the physical world, in your waking life, you might come into contact with more of a certain insect or animal than you normally would, and finding them in unusual places or just in an unusual quantity. That's because you're not paying attention to your sleep. You're not paying attention to this world that you're now slowly awakening to, and it's the universe's way of saying, look, I'm going to smack you across the head a couple times, I'm going to point you in the right direction again, and if you don't get it, well, we're infinitely patient, but we're going to keep showing you until you understand. I suppose that if anything, I should tell you to not be fearful. Your immortal soul, as it were, is preserved, and what you decide to do with it, what frequencies you tune into. You hear words like Satan and devil and demons thrown around. You hear the same thing about angels and God. But we don't need you to focus on these words. What we need to focus on is what you want to come of this life and of the next. And if you spend your life in fear, what do you think you're headed toward? Fear. If you spend your life in hate, what do you think you're headed toward? Hate. But if you spend your life in understanding and awareness that even the things you don't like, scary noises, or even if you ever were to see a demon face to face, try to understand that this is someone beneath you. This is someone who has even less than you. And I don't say to take pity on it, but be aware that this is something in suffering, and that this is something that, like you right now, is confused and hurt and asking for help. So if you aren't ready or capable to tend to these issues, maybe this isn't something you should be working on at this time. Or maybe you should focus more on meditation. And the more that you meditate and the more that you raise your spiritual energy, you're going to find that these things happen more and more around you. That more noises and more distractions are trying to stop you from getting you to where you need to go. Ignore them. The really important things are going to keep manifesting in your life, like I mentioned of the coincidences, which I don't believe in, continuously reoccurring. Other things are trying to stop you, distract you, because focus, attention is power. In the Christian faith, God has angels that's literal only job is to sit there and repeat his name and praise all day long, keeping them powerful, keeping their energy and their focus toward God, and keeping him able to provide and continue to do all that he does, because people remember and act upon his name, or just really believe in what he does and pushes their focus and their energy and their will toward that. You have the power to do absolutely anything. Anything. You want to move a mountain, you could do it if you really could let go of all that you think that you know about the physical world and let it happen. If you have any specific questions, I encourage you to contact me once more. I want to be able to give you as much as I can. If you'd like some meditations, some yoga postures, a couple of lessons here and there. I don't ask to charge any money. If you'd like to donate something, that's awesome. If you really believe that I was able to help you. But as a true spiritualist, I'm not Deepak Chopra. I'm not any of these people who want to charge you an arm and a leg. Instead, I'm the one who wants to help you. And I don't have very much going in my life because I don't have very much of an interest in material things. Allow yourself, now that you're waking up and understanding that these things exist, not to be afraid, but to seize life by the reins and finally have the control in your life that you wanted. If you were seeking to open your third eye, then you were seeking to be aware, to understand what's going on, and to really have life work for you instead of you working for life. Thank you.